Welcome to the viewers of this channel. This is Shovik Ghosh once again to discuss with you regarding e-commerce in this particular video. So let us start with the concept of commerce first. Commerce is the exchange of goods and services for value, especially at a large scale. Whenever these exchanges or transactions are conducted electronically, that is over internet, we call it as e-commerce. In my last video, I discussed about digital marketing, which is also a part of these e-commerce activities. So let us understand different types of e-commerce. Number one, B2B, that is business to business type of e-commerce. Here, exchange of goods, services and information takes place between businesses. For example, I have a company which develops a mobile application and I sell a customized mobile application to a real estate company or a car selling company. This may be treated as an example of B2B type of e-commerce. Next, coming to B2C, that is business to consumer type of e-commerce. Here, businesses directly sell to consumers goods and services. For example, companies like Amazon, Flipkart, Snapdeal, etc. sell their customers or consumers directly through their websites. Coming to the next type, B2G, that is business to government type of e-commerce. Here, businesses directly sells goods and services to government. For example, government or any government agency wants to purchase a license of a particular software or any IT related infrastructure directly from an IT company. Then this will be treated as B2G type of e-commerce. Next, coming to C2C, that is consumer to consumer type of e-commerce. Here, exchange of goods and services takes place between consumers. For example, if I want to sell my laptop, then I will visit the website of companies like OLX and post an advertisement of that particular commodity, which may be subsequently purchased by any consumer. Next, coming to C2B, that is consumer to business type of e-commerce. Here, consumers directly sells goods, services or information to businesses. For example, Google AdSense used by bloggers to display advertisement of several companies for promotion against a value. Or suppose I am a freelance photographer and I am selling some of my click photos to companies like Shutterstock over internet. Lastly, we can talk about C2G, that is consumer to government type of e-commerce. Here, the interaction takes place directly between the consumers and government. For example, e-filing of returns or e-payment of tuition fees in government colleges and universities. Social commerce is a part of e-commerce where products are sold directly to the consumers using social media platforms. We are very much accustomed with the usage of social media on a regular basis, and that is why it has become a popular platform for e-commerce activities. By 2021, it is expected that the social commerce market is going to expand by 34% globally. Now, why should we use e-commerce? It provides us a global access to a wide range of goods and services 24/7. Besides this, it saves a lot of time and is an economic way of exchanging goods and services. But there are some disadvantages of using it as well. Like, if I want to purchase a particular product and if I have a query relating to that particular product, I won't get an instant answer as I will get in a physical store. Also, it is not always possible to get instant delivery of products in case of e-commerce activities. Just like this, comparing products physically is a different sort of experience which cannot be enjoyed in case of image form of commerce. Lastly, if I talk about security related issues, then there is definitely chances of leakage of personal information, especially when we use e-payment platforms. Now let us understand some of the forces which act behind the successful implementation of e-commerce activities. Number one, technological force. Whenever we speak about providing services electronically, we mean technology. Technological use is very common in today's business world, and e-commerce uses several technologies like electronic data interchange, electronic fund transfer, online processing system, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and several other types. Coming to market forces, global reach to the market has made e-commerce popular in the world. We can easily compare products, place an order, and track it. With these advantages, the internet economy is growing at a fast rate, and in India, from 38.5 billion US dollar, the internet economy is expected to grow to 200 billion US dollar by 2026. Now, coming to the last type of force, that is the economic force. Interaction has become easy and economic due to absence of human intervention. Running a website is comparatively cheaper to that of a physical store. So, with low cost of infrastructure, marketing, and communication, e-commerce facilitates the businessmen to increase their profitability. If I talk about the Indian perspective, then revenue from e-commerce is expected to increase from 39 billion US dollar in 2017 to 120 billion US dollar in 2020. At the same time, sales related to e-commerce is expected to increase from 4.20 trillion US dollar in 2020 to 5.96 trillion US dollar in 2022. So we can easily understand the importance of e-commerce in our country. Commercial activities in India will largely depend upon e-commerce activities in future. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.